Hello, this is Joseph Planchette of Frogcast Adventures, and I just want to give a little announcement of something that we're pretty excited about. Something that we thought wasn't going to happen is we finally worked out the details, and it's going to happen again. And that is Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, a campaign that we unfortunately had to kind of pause halfway through over a year and a half ago, is finally going to be restarting, and we're actually playing our first new game next week on Wednesday. Yeah, so Strixhaven is coming back. I honestly kind of written it off as it's a shame we weren't able to complete the game, but we had fun, but we all moved on. But the stars kind of aligned and schedules worked out, and I finally got up the motivation to actually start looking at this setting again and realized, yeah, it'll be really good to finish this. I think the players really liked it, and we actually get comments on the videos asking, like, is this game going to come back? And that was kind of the straw that broke the camel back, really. It's like, oh, well, if these one or two people on this YouTube video want to see it, then we might as well complete it. So yeah, a lot of things kind of worked out for us to restart this again. We had to pause the game in kind of late 2023 because of schedules and some real life issues, and those just never got better over the coming months. And on the D&D side of things, we kind of moved on to other games. Some of us, like I started DMing Strahd and Starfinder around then. Jess had another friend group that started another game, which I was actually invited to. That's the Vecna Eve of Ruin that just completed up. And I started running Phandelver and Below for Bryce's friend group. And there just wasn't the bandwidth to run Strixhaven, even if the schedules kind of worked out again. And a few months ago, I began realizing that all those games, Vecna and Phandelver and Below, were kind of ending around the same time. And I wanted to take a break from Curse of Strahd anyway for a little bit. And I was like, I could definitely fit in Strixhaven here. Me and Jess were talking about it, and I was saying, like, yeah, I kind of moved on from it mentally. Like, I don't know if I want to complete it. But she was like, no, you can definitely do it. You just have to, if you're worried about it taking too long, just change a few things, maybe speed it up a little bit. And like I said, it was those YouTube comments where it was like, it's like, yeah, I think it's really good. I think we should continue this. Not that it was just the YouTube comments. It was definitely the players wanting to play it too. So yeah, Strixhaven will be coming back. We'll be completing the campaign of a curriculum of chaos. There will be little changes here and there. First of all, I'm not going to run the book as is. It's mostly going to be the same, but I'm going to truncate the story a little bit. I'm going to cut out some of the fat, some of the filler that I don't think is really necessary. One criticism with the first half of the book is that there was a lot of, like, it's meant to be like a slice of life kind of campaign. So there was just fun things that happened, like little things at the tavern or the coffee shop, or little events in the school, which I think is definitely a good thing. But it started to get kind of a little old near the end. Like, they were definitely fun, but we started to notice a pattern, especially when the plot started to introduce itself, where we would be doing a little fun activity, and all of a sudden something would attack us. Sometimes it was just kind of a random thing, like a rock elemental was just trying to sleep in the back of a tavern, or sometimes it was the mysterious villain attacking the players after they were doing like a mundane thing. And it started to become predictable. They were doing a thing in the library, and after nothing happened for a while, one of the players, I think it was Kevin, was like joking around saying, oh, is this the time where something comes alive and attacks us? And I had to laugh it off because something came alive and attacked them in the library. There's actually not a lot of that in the second half of the campaign in year 3 and 4. The plot definitely takes more of a front seat kind of mixes in with the ballroom dance subplot of year three a lot better than the previous ones. But I'm going to, like I said, not worry too much about the little things. We rolled a lot on random tables for events and schoolroom encounters, and they were fun. But I'm definitely just gonna pick and choose what I think is relevant or what will be good for characters instead of relying on, and as I was saying to the group, endless dice rolls to see what happens. I think we're still going to do things like exams, uh, but the random schoolroom things that were happening for are going to be a lot more controlled. If there's like a little fun thing with characters, like a little game, I might still do it if I think it's worthwhile. But like some of the little things in the book, I might just skip because it's quite literally just little filler things. I'll also be not worrying too much about keeping track of certain stats. There's a relationship and side activity and what classes you're taking kind of mechanics in there. And I think all those were good, but they ultimately didn't really get used that much. I know the relationship one was fun because it was fun to like to build up friendships and frenemies and just enemies with these NPCs. But very rarely did the benefits come into play unless it was superficial. I don't think anyone ever used the dice roll bonuses because they just kind of forgot. Same with the classes and the after school activity stuff. Like you're supposed to get bonuses for all those things, like almost like you have a D4 or D6 on certain abilities, and occasionally people would remember what they are, but sometimes they wouldn't. So we're still going to do that, but I'm not going to worry too much about keeping track of everything. Same with the school points. It was a third party add-on, and it was fun and it worked well with the random classroom stuff. But it became very rare that the players actually like lost anything to a meaningful extent. Like they were going to succeed all of their story beats and gain those points, and occasionally they would lose some in random classroom encounters. And again, it was fun, but it took up a lot of time. We're probably going to simplify that, have it be more flavor and not a gameplay thing. And we're also going to combine years 3 and 4, which really won't be a big deal in the end. Year 3 is going to remain pretty much the same, but year 4 is kind of the last book in Harry Potter where it's really not a schoolroom story anymore, and kind of the main plot happens. And that's kind of where, like I mentioned, like cutting out some stuff, that's where a lot of the things are going to be shortened, and all that stuff. We're going to combine those 2 year stories, have it kind of take place in the same time frame, and year 4 will kind of be their reward for completing the adventure. Have a year of Strixhaven with nothing bad happening, where they can just live out their schoolroom dreams. So, yep, Strixhaven is coming back. We're doing our first session back next week. That's the plan. It's going to be weekly. And the year 3 year 3 of Strixhaven just started. So there was only kind of one little event that happened. So none of the main story beats of the chapter happened yet. So we all got refamiliar with the characters and the NPCs and the stories so far last night. And we'll be continuing off with that. And yep, I think we're all going to get back into it pretty quick. And may not remember a lot of the little plot lines or character stuff that happened. And so some stuff may not be continued, but I think we have our favorite NPCs, and all those little stories are going to continue forward too. So if you were a fan of Strixhaven, good news, it's coming back, so I hope you enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to completing the campaign and getting back into it. All right, thank you and enjoy. Bye.